Hello, good afternoon. I am ABHIJEET SIROHI. I have secured 215 rank this year, and I was also selected in CSE 2020 when I got 302 rank. I'll be talking to you. I'll try and give some of the tips which I have learned over the years about GS and GS means answer writing. I have written 4 means, and my GS score in the first attempt was around 380. Second was 401, third was 421, and this year it was 433. So some of the things I've learned over the years is your content is obviously very important. How the amount of things you have learned, amount of things you have memorized, amount of data you have. But equally important, or I would say after a point, more important is how you are writing the answers, the structure of your answers, how well you are writing your introduction, how well you are dividing the question into how, what, when. Like if there is any question about any government policy, then the question arises that what are the issues with the current policy? What was the reason for the current policy? What is government doing about it right now? And what can be done? If you divide any question into these 4 forms, which is what is the cause of the current crisis? What are the issues arising due to that crisis? What can be done about that crisis, and what government is doing about the crisis, then I would say that you can solve a lot of questions. I can tell you from my first hand experience that almost all the questions except some geography questions, etc., can be done through this. Also, make sure that your introduction is crisp and has some data. It's to the point, because you have to make sure that uh, the answer checker is interested in your copy. How do you make sure that your answer checker is interested in your copy? You make sure by giving your data, your facts in a very presentable manner. You make it as easy for him to check your copy as it's possible. You make sure that he doesn't have to apply too much mind. He doesn't have to read your answer thoroughly to get the points. So your point should be underline every important aspect. Use as much data, facts, figures, and diagram and maps as much as you can. Write a good conclusion so that he knows that you know the answer without going through every single line of your answer. And when I can see that my marks in means improved was when I started doing answer writing. I did not do much. I did 2 questions a day between prelims and means. And I can tell you, if you are doing two to three questions a day, that takes around half an hour and then 20 minutes to check that copy. So if you're spending 45 to 50 minutes, that's more than enough. You would see your progress, you would see the mistakes you are making. If you yourself feel that मजा नहीं आ रहा वो आंसर कॉपी चेक करने में in reading your answer, then you can be rest assured that the checker would feel the same and he wouldn't even put in so much effort as you are doing. So your journey, your main motive is to make it as easy as possible. Your writing, your spacing between the words, your diagrams as crystal clear, as to the point, as formal as it can be. So if you do all that, I can assure you that your marks in GS at least would definitely improve, because after a while content is same. Everyone is writing almost the same answer. But what you can do is you can give some of the brownie points in form of data, the report you have quoted somewhere, stats you have about recently some recent event which has happened. If you can do that, it's well and good. So that would be my advice. That is what I have learned. There's still much to learn for me as well. So if that works for you, I'll be really happy. And thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you.